Falguni Shah or Falu, welcome to CNN News 18. How are you, Falu?
I'm very well. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Falu, for talking to us. You are on a India tour. You performed recently in Mumbai. How was the
Yes.
response and where all you'll be performing?
The response was something I had never expected. They wouldn't let me go home. Encore after encore after encore. And I think for an artist to have so much love and so much warmth and welcome is it's kind of heavenly. I thought I was in heaven when I was singing for my hometown and my home country, for the audiences that I grew up with. Some people like my middle school friends came, and it was such a delight to come back to the city I was born and raised and sing for the people I loved and people from my country, from my city. I mean, they loved it, and we loved spending every minute with them.
How nostalgic do you feel each time you visit Mumbai? You, of course, like you said, you've spent your childhood in Mumbai.
Yes, yes. It was words are not enough to tell you how beautiful the feeling is when your own people embrace you, love you, and welcome you with so much enthusiasm. So there was a time in the middle of a concert, I came in the center and I said, "Now you guys have to go home." They're like, "No, no, we refuse to go home. You have to sing more and more and more." And we kept singing. We kept singing again and again, encore and encore. I've never seen anything like this.
I saw a few clips. I think that Nirmika posted on her Instagram, in which you were singing some very beautiful songs in Hindi. Which are the songs that you think you'll be singing on the stage? And are there any new songs that you have only prepared for your concerts?
Yes, there are a couple of tumris that I've never sung in live in my entire career, and I did try to sing those couple of those songs exclusively for the audience in India, because when you come to India, you want to give them fresh, special, only exclusive content that I've never sung. So yes, I was so fortunate to do a couple of them.
Would you like to give us few lines of one of this song for those who are watching and who are not in Mumbai?
This was the tumri that was taught to me by Ustad Sultan Khan Saab that I've never performed live. So it's from my album Someday that was released in 2020. And let me turn on the tanpura and then I will sing it for you. So this is a beautiful song that has been passed on to me for 11 generations now, taught by my Ustad Sultan Khan Saab. नदी रे किनारे तू भी झोला था अपने बिना मारो अपने बिना मारो जो मासो यू भी तो जाए नदी रे किनारे.
Oh, nice. Falu, you of course have teamed up with Nirmika Singh, who's a famous poet for these concerts. So how does it work? Do you open the show first and then Nirmika joins in, or is it the other way around?
It's the other way around. Nirmika opens for us.
So how's the energy on the stage?
Between the musicians, is
Yeah,
that what you?
yeah, between
Oh,
musician, between with Nirmika and you.
so we did our whole set. So first she did her set for 30 minutes or so, and then there was a break because musicians had to tune and come up on stage. And then we came up on stage, and then we did our set, long set. And then at the end, after the fourth encore, she came up and then we did a couple of lines. Then she rendered a line of her poetry, and then I would compose it on the spot when I listened to her speak her poem, the line, and I would compose. And I think that was so beautiful because it was a jugal bandi of music and poetry. And I think it's for the first time that we've ever done anything like this.
These are of course closed door concerts. So how do you engage with your audience?
Well, for a musician, the whole training is about interacting and making your audience feel what you feel through the medium of music. So if I'm feeling excited and really happy, that's the feeling I want to convey to my audience through my sur, through my saregama padhani. And we have been trained for so many years to really make your audience feel what you feel, take them in your world, make them escape reality, and bring them where you are, where you want to go.
How's life changed post the Grammy win for you?
It's changed in so many ways. Like I it's really hard to even start think counting, because I am the same artist, I am the same musician, but I'm being perceived very differently now because of this award. And I know that for a musician, there is nothing bigger than winning a Grammy as an award, as for that factor. And I feel truly humbled and so blessed. And obviously, India has so much to do in this win, because everything, every fabric about me, about my DNA, is so engraved in Indian music and Indian culture and Indian soil that I don't think I could have ever even taken my first breath without being an Indian.
After having accomplished so much with children's album, what is the big plan or the next challenge that you have set for yourself? Is there a genre or music that you want to explore now?
Yes, and it's a completely different genre. It's an adult genre, and it's going to be new age ambient and chant music. So I'm already writing, but I'm going to take all the shlokas, the beautiful madhurams of the world, and the bhajans that I sang with my family in my temple, and I'm going to make a chanting and a new age album.
You're a trained classical musician. You got training from Jaipur Gharana.
Mhm.
Would you like to tell our viewers more about learning music at a traditional music school, and how much time does it take?
Learning music, there are two ways, right? One is Guru Shishya Parampara, and then one is you go to a university like SNDT or Bombay University, and you learn music. And I did both.
Okay.
I did Guru Shishya Parampara by two gurus in the classical field. One was obviously Ustad Sultan Khasab, and second, in the last 4 or 5 years of her life, I was so fortunate to learn from Kishori Tai, Kishori Amunkar ji Tai, and that happened later in my life. But I think what I learned during my 5 year visit to her house every summer, from 4 o'clock in the morning to maybe sometimes 8 o'clock in the night, and then she would see her soap operas. Uh, it was so it was so big and so deep that, every time you learn Indian classical music, you just feel like you've only touched the surface. And that's where I'm a learner, I'm a student, I'm a lifelong learner, and I'm just touching surfaces. I haven't even like gone deep.
You just mentioned Guru Shishya Parampara. For those who don't know, like me, how does it work in a Guru Shishya form of learning?
In Guru Shishya Parampara, you go to the teacher's house and you learn one on one in an oral tradition from teacher to the student. So the tradition is passed on from one teacher to the other disciple, then it keeps going. And there is no group singing. The teacher just listens to you. The whole concentration is just for you for that hour or two, whatever you have planned. And that's when you completely soak yourself in exactly the teacher's world and learn as much as you can. And then that is what has been our traditional way of learning in Indian classical music, called Guru Shishya Parampara.
You also collaborate with other musicians like Zakir Hussain. Is there a plan to collaborate with him as well?
Oh, I opened for him just last year. So my Bollywood orchestra opened for Zakir Ji's concert at a very big stadium called Filene Center. And we have tour planned separately in different cities, and he's also touring. So if he calls me, and I, absolutely, it'll be a delight to always go and sing for him. But right now, the plan is to just focus on the tours on the cities that I have to go and tour in.
They say singing is breathing. So tell me, how important is sleep for us for a musician?
Zakir ji was, when we were I was opening for him in the backstage, he had given me one very big advice: is you know, when you start touring like I do, which I started now, you every opportunity you get, you sleep, because sleeping rests your vocal cords, it rests your muscles and also rests your neurons and the brain. So if you don't get enough sleep, your performances are not going to be the best the way you had wanted it to be. So I have taken his advice, and at 9:30 I shut down every night. I go to sleep no matter what it is, because if I don't sleep, I can't sing the next day.
Falu, thank you so much and best of luck.
Thank you for having me. So nice to see
Thank
you
you.
again.
Thank you.